Here's a look at your daily market report on this Tuesday, the 18th day of March. Fair amount to talk about this morning. We got the pre-estimates for the monthly cattle on feed report that will be released this Friday. The on feed estimate number, 98.2 with a range of 97 to 99. Marketings are estimated at 91.8 with a range of 91 to 93.2. Then the placements estimate 85.6 with a range of 79.1 to 90.05. Now that number at face value might seem like a what the heck type of deal, but of course we do have to look back and look at a little bit of the wider view. If we remember right, back in 2024, January was full of winter weather, and then February placements were 10% over the previous year of 2023. So looking back from this February to last February, kind of getting things straightened out a little bit with the way that winter weather and storms fell. So that number kind of makes a bit of sense when we look at the bigger picture. Taking a look at what's going on today around the auction barns, Unionville Livestock Market, they're expecting to have about 1,800 head. They've got a few load lots there. Some of those Rockin' R heavy 8-weight steers will be sold today. Ozarks Regional Stockyards in West Plains, they're expecting somewhere around 2,000 head. Of course, marketing is going to be interrupted a bit there in that area due to all the severe weather that just caused a lot of chaos and a lot of folks having to deal with other things besides selling cattle this week. Macon, they've got a special cow sale expecting about 200 head today. Kingsville Livestock Auction, they're expecting to have about 2,200 head. No early listings from the other sales being held today. Taking a look at what happened on Monday around the state, Callaway Livestock there in Kingdom C, they ended up with 1,808 head. A lot of the weight classes there sold with steady to firm or higher undertones. Some of the comparisons that could be made were on the 6-weight steers, up to $6 higher. Some 7 to 750 pound steers, $5 to $15 higher. On the heifer side, things there were mostly steady to firm. Couple of stick-out sales there. Pot load of 622-pound steers at $341.75. 40 head of 723-pound steers at $315.50. A pot load of 946-pound steers at $266.50. And then a pot load of fancy, thin-hided, black-collared heifers. 81 head of them, 581 pounds at $339.75. Tyna Livestock Market on Monday, they had 1,765 head. Kind of hard to make comparisons there this week as the offering was just completely different from what they had last week. Last week, several pot loads of yearling steers made up almost the entirety of the offering. This week, they had some pot loads of calves on the steer side, and then several pot loads of 7 and 8 weight heifers on that side of the market. You stick out sales there at Tyna, mostly on the heifers. 21 head of 511-pound heifers sold at $350. They had 153 head of 716-pound heifers at $279.50. Joplin Regional Stockyards on Monday. Once again this week, they ended up with quite a few more than they expected. When all was said and done, 9,825 head. Steers stayed at $15 higher, with most of the gains this week noted on the heavy 5 weights. Heifers were steady to 8 higher. The feeder steers, medium and large ones, 4 to 5 weights sold from $400 to $465, 5-6 weights at $340 to $415, 6-7 weights at $307 to $359, 7 to 8 weight steers at $285 to $323, 8 to 9 weights $265 to $293, 900 to 1,000 pound steers at $251 to $267. Feeder heifers, medium and large ones, of 4 to 5 weight heifers, $335 to $400. 5 to 6 weights at $302 to $352, 6 to 7 weights at $274 to $314, 7 to 8 weight heifers at $256 to $282, some 8 to 850 pound heifers at $241 to $257. Box beef cutout values this morning. Choice at $322.98, up $1.82. Select at $309.33, up $1.43. Those values based on 65 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. And the Choice Select spread setting at $13.65. Negotiated feedlot trade for the week still basically at a standstill. Few hundred heads scattered around in the feeding regions, but not really anything to establish any kind of a market yet this week. Last week, we had 81,521 head. The weighted average price on the live sales, 205.06. Dress sales at 324.66. Taking a look at the futures markets this morning. Cattle complexes have been mixed. They've bounced back and forth from slightly higher to slightly lower. Currently, everything on the livestock side is setting lower. April live cattle down 57 at 204.45. June down 95 at $200.12. August at 198 down 85. March feeder cattle 284.30 down 32. April 283.85 down 35. And May 284.62 down 67. Lean hogs for April, $1.70 lower, 86.37. May at 89.42 down 202. And June at 96.07 down 305. On the board of trade at midday, corn contracts, May's down 2.5, 458.5. July 467.5 down 2.5. Soybeans, first 3 months all down a penny and a quarter. May at 10.14 and a quarter. July 10.28 even. Wheat contracts are fractionally higher at midday. May at 568 and 3/4. July 585 and a half. Soybean meal for May is down $4.20 a ton at midday at $300 and a dime. Soybean oil for May up 40 cents a hundredweight at $42.50. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your daily market report. This is Tony Hancock.